Good evening, students. Today we are going to do in English our lesson number 6, that is, it's only a matter of practice. Okay, so in this chapter, what they want to say that no matter what skills you want to learn, if you practice it regularly, you're gonna achieve that skill very nicely. Okay, so let's just start. Long ago in faraway China, there lived an archer called Chen Yaozi. Now, long ago in faraway China means many years ago, somewhere in China, there lived an archer called Chen Yaozi. Now, what does archer mean? Archer mean a person who shoots with bow and arrow, especially at a target as a sport. Here you can see they are using the bow and arrow. The person who used to shoot with bow and arrow, and especially at a target, that person is known as archer. Okay, in Mahabharat you have seen that they used to fight with bow and arrow. Okay, so that person Chanyazi, who was he was an archer and he used to live somewhere in China. Okay, let's move ahead. And he was a very skilled archer and could perform wonderful feats of archery. Now, what is skilled means having a good technique. He was a good at archery. Okay, and could perform wonderful feats of archery means he had done wonderful achievements. Feats means achievements of archery. He was so good, he was so skilled in archery that he used to perform very good in archery. He had achieved many good skills in archery. He could hit the target precisely at the center, even if was placed at a very long distance. He liked to show he could hit the target precisely means exactly, no matter if his target is kept very close or very far away from him. His target is always हिट मीन्स लगना. हम उसका टारगेट हमेशा सेंटर पे लगता था. Okay, and because of that he liked to show off his skill to the admiring crowd that gathered around him. He liked to do show off. What does show off means? To do something that does your attention. Okay, draws your attention, दिखावा करना. He liked to show off his skill to the admiring crowd. Now, what does admiring crowd means? To the people who used to think that he is doing very well, and crowd means a number of people who are together. एक रश जमा हो जाती है जब, that is known as crowd. That gathered around him means that came together when he used to perform and his archery skills. So what used to happen, a lot of crowd used to came towards him, and at that time also he used to do is show off. Okay, fine. Now, what does preciously mean? Exactly. Okay, one day he was practicing his skill in front of many admirers. What he was doing, he was regularly practicing his skill in front of many admirers means in front of many people who were thinking, wow, how great he is doing. And at that time, what happened, when he noticed an old man standing at the back, means there was some old man who was standing at the back of that crowd. Okay, the man carrying gourds of oil that were hanging from a long cane on his shoulder. What was that old man carrying? That old man was carrying gourds. What does gourds means? Containers made from dried large fruit with a hard skin. In olden days, how these peoples used to store something in these gourds. Okay, so this old man, what he used to do, he used to put oil in that. And a long cane means a long stick. You can see in this image, a long cane means a long stick. He is holding it on his shoulder, and the gods are hanging. The two gods are hanging at the end of the corner. Okay, so Chanyazi saw that each and everyone is looking at him very nicely, that how, wow, what a great he is doing. But the old man was standing at the back of the crowd. Okay, then all the other people were clapping their hands and praising Chinyozi. What other people were doing were clapping and praising him, means just saying him, wow, what a great he is doing. To express that they means in crowd, each and everyone is expressing that Chinyozi was doing a good work. Okay, but this old man was quiet. He didn't said anything. He neither clapped nor uttered words of praise. Uttered means he doesn't said anything. He doesn't said any good words, and neither he clapped. He doesn't did anything. He was just quiet. He stood there nodding his head. Now, what does nodding means? Nodding means just to shake your head slowly. Like, he was like, it's okay if he did it. It's nice, but he was not excited. He was not admiring him. He was not praising him that he did a good work. For him, it was just a fine, normal thing. And he said, it's just a matter of practice. Okay, then after hearing that, Chanyosi was annoyed. What does annoyed means? Annoyed means he got irritated, and he asked him, are you an archer yourself? He asked him that, why you're saying like this? Are you himself, are you an archer? Do you think anyone can do what I can do with my bow and arrow? He asked him that, do you think that anyone else is much better than me? Then what old man replied? No, sir. The old man replied, I am not an archer. He said that I am not an archer, and I don't doubt your skill. And I don't have any doubt. Means I know that you are good at your skill. I don't have any doubt in that. All I said was everything is a matter of practice. All I want to say that whatever you did is just because you had practiced that much. So it's not a big deal. Chinyosi became very angry. What do you know that you pass such thoughtless comments on other people? Who are you? Then, after hearing this, Chinyosi got very angry, and he asked him that, what do you think of yourself? Why you give such thoughtless comment? What does thoughtless comment means? Not thinking about what they are saying. You should think first, then you say. So the Chinyosi thought that he is giving a thoughtless comments, means he is not thinking before saying it on other people. Who are you? He asked him that, who are you? Please don't get angry, sir. That old man said to Chinyosi, I am an oil seller. As you have guessed from my gods. He is telling him that you have guessed it. You have get to know with these gods that I'm an oil seller. I'm just an oil seller. I'm not an archer. Every day I fill these gods with oil and sell them. What I used to do? I just used to fill these gods with oil and I used to sell them. Over the years, I have achieved so much skill in filling the gods. But for these filling the gods, I have also achieved some skills. He's saying to Chinyosi, if you allow, I'll show it to you. Means if you want to see, I can show it to you. Then Chinyosi said, growled Chinyosi. What does growled means? Growled means say something in a low voice but in a angry manner, like Okay, then everybody was curious to see what happened next. Curious means they were excited, like what is going to happen next. Then what that old man did, patiently the old man settled down an empty god on the ground. Like what he did, he just kept, you can see this god over here, he just kept that empty god on the ground. Okay, then he put a small coin, you can see the coin over here, right? He kept that small coin in the ground, small coin in the mouth of the god. In those days, at that time, small coins used to have a little hole at the center. You can see over here, there's a little hole in that coin. Okay, then after keeping that god in the ground and after putting the coin in his mouth, then the old man stood up, means he just stand up, took some oil in his ladle, you can see over here, and he had holding a ladle. Now what does ladle mean? A large long handle spoon with a cup shaped ball. Okay, he over that he just took some oil and began to pour oil into the gourd. Now begin to pour oil into the gourd from a height, means वो oil उसमें वो डालने लगा gourd से from a height, मतलब बहुत दूर से. You can see it over here that the cord is kept at the ground, but his spoon, his ladle is very far, बहुत दूर रखा है. ठीक है. The oil went straight into the gourd through the hole in the coin, but that oil was going straight into the gourd, means it was not affecting that coin. That coin was not getting oily. When the old man has finished filling up the gourd, he lifted up the coin. When he just done with filling up the gourd with oil, he lifted up the coin, means he just took up, uthaya, take and lift upward the coin. Not a trace of oil could be seen on it. What a trace of oil means, not even a drop of oil was there in that coin. कोई भी निशान oil का नहीं था उस पे. So he was very good in that skill. So Chinyonzi lost all his anger and annoyance. After looking at this, the Chinyonzi initially he was very angry, no? And he was irritated. Annoyance means irritated, but after looking at his skill, his anger and annoyance were lost, and now he just gave a short laugh. Here you can see that Chinyonzi is laughing and said, "You have taught me something important today," means from you I learned something important. After Chinyonzi never showed off or boasted about his skill as an archer, and after that Chinyonzi never ever showed off his skill. Okay, so here it's just only a matter of practice. If you do it regularly, you can achieve it, and it can be achieved by any of the person.